Hi guys, so I'm back today with another late night crafting video. So this project, I'm going to be creating an explosion box. Now this is a project that I'm actually going to be sending off as an angel swapper to someone whose partner flaked on them. And so I was looking at all sorts of ideas and I decided that I was going to do a teacup explosion. And so I've gathered up some things. It's going to be very similar to an explosion box that I just did, but this one is going to be obviously using different paper, and also it's going to be a little bit different in size, I think. The other one was very large. And it doesn't need to be quite as tall, I don't think. But let's go ahead and start the process. So this is a box that I kind of designed myself, and the paper that I'm going to be using is going to be the Bo Bunny's Altitude. And I looked around and I found on the cranberrycat.com, I searched and searched and searched for the 12 by 12 to make this particular box, because my partner, the reason I'm cutting this is the adhesive is actually on this part, not on the flap, so I don't want it to muck up my paper. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut those sides right there, fold it over, so the adhesive is now adhering to the plastic itself. Okay. So I wanted to do this box with the Altitude because my partner said that she loves kind of purples and lavenders. Now there is a number, or quite a bit of blue in here, but it's a winter theme with purple, and I'm going to use some of the blue in there, obviously. But so that's the paper I'm going to be using for this particular project. And actually, I picked up the chipboard stickers as well as the buttons and the ephemera pack from the Cranberry Cat. So probably work some of these fun embellishments in. I also have these little carolers. I was at Joann's and they were having their Christmas stuff 80% off, and I found these. Now, if you measure the teacup, they're not going to fit in the teacup. Well, I guess one of them could, but I might use them to decorate on the outside. So I have those for just in case. And then from the last one I made, I also have some of these little sisal trees. Well, the sisal trees of different sizes. And then I have some of the bunnies and a couple of the deer from the last one I made. So I'm gonna go with that stuff. And then I have another teacup that I need to glue together. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's glue it like this. So the last one I glued and it stayed really well. I used my art glitter glue. So I'm going to go ahead and get it gluing because it needs to be permanently on there. Okay. Now I did kind of debate on whether or not I was going to do, let's make sure that it's all of it's gluing down. I did debate if I was going to oops, see, if you move it a little bit, put the snow down first, or if I was going to glue the cup down. And I decided that I was going to glue the cup down first because it was just, it would adhere better. Okay, alright, now I need to grab a towel, wipe off that extra glue. Okay, now the height of this. I gotta remeasure this because, here we go. Okay, so it's about 4.5. Should be okay. It actually, the other box turned out really big, but I guess we'll just go with it again. Okay, so first thing, sorry about the squeaky chair. First things first, let's clean this up. Okay, and I need to get out my other paper trimmer. Okay, and I'm going to cut each of these at 7. And this chipboard is so thick, you have to cut it both sides. So 7 wide and what is that? 4.5, I think. I should really have written it down. Yeah, 4.5. Okay, so two sides. I think this will be, is it? Yes. We'll at least get one more side out of this. Probably should have written down the directions that I had. Okay, so these are by 7, and I think I did, yeah, it'll be by 7. I guess I could change it if I need to later. Okay, so this at 4.5. All right. So there are my sides all ready to go. Excuse me. And okay, so this one will cut at 7 by 7 for the base. And then I have some scraps that I can use for other things, like the top, this one. Okay, so I'm going to set these off to the side. I need one more big piece of chipboard. And this, I get my chipboard, I have to grab another pack. I get my chipboard from joann.com when it's 50% off and free shipping. Okay, all right, so we're gonna need this in just a little bit. So now we're going to, so these are the bottom pieces, and I need to cut the top. Now the top, it needs to be just slightly bigger than the rest of it. So we're gonna go 7 and 1/8. Slightly bigger. By 7 and 1/8. There we go. Okay, so where is my pencil? So this is the top. Now, I have to, yeah, these are, okay, so 7 and 1/8, let's go with 2 inches. Okay, and we'll cut this one at 2 inches. So that was 7 and 1/8, so 7 and I think it's got to be 7 1/4. Actually, let's hold on cutting those for a second. So we'll come back to cutting some more chipboard in just a little bit. Okay, oopsies. Okay. I want to put a little bit more glue under there. And there. Okay. Okay, so there is that. Now, I did not have a plan as far as so these are all going to fall open like that. I actually did not have a plan if I was going to do white cardstock or if I was going to do black cardstock. Let's see. Let's look. And white is going to be very pretty. Let's grab a stack of or a piece of black cardstock. Black is always a good choice. I'm going to go with the black cardstock. Okay. Alright, so once again, I'll just slide that out of the way. Okay, so there's 2 pieces. I need one more piece of black cardstock for now. Okay, now I tried to construct this as simply as possible, and I'm sure there are simpler ways, but the way it worked out in my little pea brain was as such. Okay, I took an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and I scored it on the left and right side. I scored it at 3/4 of an inch. And at the top and the bottom, I scored it at 1 inch, and then I cut pieces of it out to just wrap around the outside of the paper. So let's go ahead, grab our scoreboard. So, what I did. Okay. So at the top, like, well, actually when it is in landscape, okay, I scored it at 1 inch, 5.5, because that's halfway through. And then I scored it at 10. Okay. Then you turn it and you score it at 3/4. And I just always find it easier to flip it all the way around, and 3/4. So I now have my paper that is scored like so. So let's go ahead and score the remaining 2 pages. So 1 inch, and it's easier for me to flip it over at 1 inch. So 1 inch on each end, long ways, and then 5.5 down the center. 3/4 of an inch on each of the vertical sides. Okay. Right, so that's 2. So 1 inch, 1 inch, 5.5 down the center. And you don't really need to like score it down the center. It's just a lot nicer looking when you finally get there. Okay, 3/4 of an inch on the side, flip 180. Oh, that was not where I wanted to start scoring it. And 3/4 of an inch on this side. Okay, so just like that. Okay. 1 inch, 5.5, and then I like to flip it all the way over and score it 1 inch. Flip, 3/4, 180-degree flip, and 3/4 of an inch. So my scoring is now done. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Oh, geez, I'm just making all sorts of crazy noise. All right, now I need to grab my other paper trimmer. Lots of noise off camera. And you can actually do this by hand if you want, but I'm just not that good when it comes to cutting. So what we need to do is we need to cut off parts of it, okay? So I'm going to cut up to halfway. This one. And on this side also. And then I want to, then we're going to miter it. Okay. So this one will miter like so. This one comes off, and we'll miter this one as well. Going to miter into that corner and this corner and cut off that. Okay. Now, did I do that? I'm trying to remember. And I did miter these corners as well. But let's go ahead and do this. So we'll just go ahead and cut that. And just a slight miter like that. Nothing super huge. Okay. Right. There we go. So we need 3 more just like this. Okay, so let's just get the cuts way. And I just like using my paper trimmer for the larger cuts, just so I get everything really nice and smooth and even. I'm really just not that good with cutting. Okay, so we're just cutting on those score lines up to halfway. And hopefully I haven't really mucked this up too much. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and miter there. Miter there. Okay. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and just miter here and here. Here. There. Okay. And I do have to now miter those slightly. There we go. That's two. I guess I could fold these, right? Get everything cut correct. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh, well, I cut that one a little bit farther, but it's not the end of the world because that one will be hidden. Okay. Might be more of a pain to fold it. But whatever. I feel like I'm saving time. That's what counts, right? Usually by the time I get a system down of how I want to do something, I'm done and I don't need any more of them. I don't know if that happens to you guys. It does happen to me quite a bit. Alright, get rid of those. Now, let's go ahead and get to covering these. So I'm going to take my side pieces and we're going to go ahead and glue them in. Okay, so first, where's my, there it is, my Teflon bone folder. I'm going to go ahead and just press these score lines in like so. Oops, geez. That's terrible. Okay. Oops. Go. Okay. All right. So now what we need to do, before I keep going, and work these both ways. Whoops, there goes my glue gun. Apparently it was precariously hanging. Now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get my brayer out. I've got my Teflon bone folder right there. And I'm going to add adhesive just to one side, okay, of the paper. And I'm not going to add glue here. I'm going to grab my chipboard piece. I'm going to line it up with the closed edge right there. Give it a good press. Okay. Now I'm going to add glue to the entire piece. Not this piece though, okay? This is going to end up being our hinge. Okay. Alright. So I've got to go ahead and press paper down there. Press the paper here. Okay, and I do have to add some glue here so that the cardstock will glue to itself. Okay, now this one just comes over the top like, geez, like so. And it is good. Good thing that's going to be covered with paper. Let me give it a good press. Okay. Right. Pressing all of the edges down. Now, just to kind of give you guys an idea, that is a long drawn out way, but that is how we are going to create the hinges to attach to our base. So these are our hinges right here. I'm going to add it right here, and eventually it's going to sit just like that. See, it's going to go in just like that. So let's keep going with the other three. Wanted something quick and easy. And this design, it may not be, like, there's a little more prep to it, but I feel like it's a little bit better for coverage and just as far as wrapping it goes and just ease and convenience of assembly. So that's just personal feelings on it. I'm sure this has been done 100 times. Or more. Oh my goodness. Oh, so oops, I don't want that to glue together. I just binge watched the entire series of Unfortunate Events on Netflix. I binge watched it in like one day. I was just having a hang out and be lazy kind of day, and ended up watching the entire thing. Oh my gosh. I thought it was really good. I really liked it. I'm excited that they've made it into a series, and Neil Patrick Harris actually plays Count Olaf in the series, and I think he does a wonderful, wonderful job of it. So I am very excited. I don't know when the second season is going to come out, and I don't know how long, you know, logistically they could keep the series going, because, you know, it's based off of the books and everything, but I think it'll have at least a couple seasons. But I super enjoyed it. Okay, all right, that's 2. And I need to refill my bottle. And there we go. Okay. There's that. Let's fold these over. Give them a good press. And I miter the corner so there's just less bulk. And that's just kind of, I don't know, normal crafty stuff that people do when they're wrapping chipboard and stuff like that. Okay. Okay. There's that. So that is one of the things that I did. I also did quite a bit of video editing yesterday. Just finished up, I had it all filmed, but finished up the series for my recipe pages. Just finished editing it. And yeah, so I have one more page that I'm waiting on. Hopefully that is on its way to me shortly. Okay. Okay, one more. Gave my doggins baths today, and so they're kind of mad. They don't like baths. Neither one of them are dogs that enjoy water and or being wet. So they have trust issues today. They looked at me like I betrayed them. Poor little Blake, he acted like I was trying to boil him. And cook him. Poor guy. Truly tried to run away and escape. I don't know. They don't try and jump out while I'm giving them the bath, but they definitely can tell that they're not happy about it. Okay. Oopsies. Okay. Hear my husband in the kitchen. I wonder what he's doing. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, so that is number 4. So I'll be right back, guys. Hi guys. Okay, so I am back, and I'm going to kind of show you how the basic construction of it is still going. So I want to make sure that I do this right. I did, while I was gone, refill also my glue bottle. Now, when I do this, I want to make sure that I leave room for the hinge to work properly. So, normally, people normally do, what, like 2 thicknesses of popcorn? That's good. Okay. And now we'll go ahead and glue. Oopsies. There's always lots of oopsies when I'm doing a project. Go. This one is actually going a lot faster than the first one that I did. And that is certainly because this one I have more of an idea of what I'm doing. The other one, it was like, I gotta figure out how to do this. Okay. Hi, baby. Are you trying to come up here and see me? You feel like you need to come up and say hello? No? You just wanted to maybe bother me a little bit? Yeah? It's not really bothering me. She just wants to jump up. Do you need to go outside? Is that what it is? You do? Okay, hold on. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right, here we go. Okay. So. Also very excited because Sherlock is going to be coming back soon, and I really enjoyed that series. I don't know, what are some series that you guys like to watch? Like, is there specific ones that you like to watch while you're crafting or just kind of unwinding? Like, what are some of your favorite shows? I'm always looking for recommendations. Okay. I really think the part I struggled with the most on this project the last time was figuring out the what do you call it? The top, like how to keep it all together, because I was struggling with how is it going to stay together, and you know, is it going to be a magnet and that kind of stuff, because you do see a lot of the boxes where you lift the top off and everything kind of falls open, and that wasn't really working for me. Okay, all right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and crease those. Uh-oh. I think it's okay. It sounded almost like I might have cut the paper, and I don't think I did. Okay, there's that. Just gently. Go. Just gently working the paper. Okay, so now the box is going to sit just like so, like that. And then I'm going to have a top piece that comes up and over. Okay. This piece right here, apparently, I scored it. Oops. I'm off camera doing it, but apparently I scored it crooked at some point. There we go. Now I need to cut a couple pieces of black cardstock at 7 by 7 to cover up the inside and the bottom. And I know that it's all going to be, what do you call it, covered in pattern paper also, but I just like everything to be nice and buttoned up. So let me grab a couple more sheets of it for now. And go ahead and just by 7. Excuse me. Okay. Now, I'll go ahead and glue these down. And I'm going to glue the edges really well. Just want to make sure everything gets covered. So there is that. Go ahead and just kind of smooth everything out gently. Okay. And go ahead and glue this side down too. Okay. Now this is where I wish I would have written down the measurements that I had for the top of the box, because I have to make the top of the box slightly larger. So now, apparently on some of these edges I didn't do that good of a job with wrapping, so we'll have to disguise those. Okay, so this is the inside. So this is the bottom of the box. So go ahead and put that off to the side for now and get to the top of the box. All right, so I know that so I want to do those and those. And I think I did this. What did I do this? Gotta find my. I almost said calculator, but my ruler. So 7 1/8 by 7 1/8. Okay, so I need. Okay, so these two papers are 7 1/8 by 7 1/8. And right, okay, now these two, I need to go just slightly longer, which I think is going to be, oops. Okay, I think I want to do this at 7 and a quarter. So here we go. Okay, 7 and a quarter. I think. Let me just see this real quick. Where is it? Yep. Okay, so 7 and a quarter. So I need 2 of these at 2 inches. I don't know why sometimes I can cut them without flipping and sometimes I have to flip them. It's just strange. Okay. See? There we go. Okay. Maybe I'm just not even pressure all the way down. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm just doing this to remind myself which one. It doesn't actually have to be left and right. It's just I want to make sure that the 2 different sizes are on opposite sides. Okay, so now what I did the last time was, trying to remember, it's right there. Okay. 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 So I need this. Okay. So this is top, bottom, left, right. Okay. So I actually, okay. It's all coming back to me now, guys. So I need a little bit more black cardstock. Gosh, I go through this so much. All right. And it is, what I did was I cut it at 4 and a quarter. Like that. Let's grab a score and scoring tool. And I'm going to cut it, or score it at 1/4 inch. And then I'm going to flip it over, because it just works better in my brain, and score it at 2 inches. Okay? I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to score it lengthwise at 1/4 inch, flip it 180 degrees, and score the other side at 2 inches. I always feel that I get a better score when I can press this edge up rather than scoring the loose edge. If I'm scoring closer to this edge, my scores, for some reason, I feel like they come out a little bit better. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and, oops, actually I should glue this together. So I'm going to just glue, just a line of glue right there. And it doesn't matter so much how much overlaps. Because what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to end up wrapping this like so. Okay, just like that. This is a little bit shorter, I think, than the other one that I did, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and fold my score lines. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead, add plenty of glue to this one part. And again, this is the fastest way that I've found to wrap chipboard, okay? So I want to make sure that it is right, bottom, left. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and fold that like that. Now the edges, you guys can see there really isn't much to wrap over the edges. I wish there was a little bit more, but we're not going to fuss about that right now. We can fix that in a little bit. So for now, I'm just going to actually just start pressing these edges down. Now we're going to go ahead and wrap this over top. Here we go. Oh, I have work in the morning. Thankfully, all my laundry's done, so I don't have to worry about that. But laundry, I have to work, so that'll be fun. I also have a job fair tomorrow. So that means I also have graduation. Okay, let's go ahead and press this edge down really well. Oops. Okay, so here we go. this is going to attach like so to this. Great. No, it's not wanting to fit because well, okay, well, let's just recut that because I don't want to rewrap and all that other fun stuff. So the beauty of this. So actually, I want to check something. Probably should have checked this before I kept going. Yes. Or do I want to do it this direction? I don't know. I think I'll do it this way. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think I'll do it this way. Okay, so we'll see if I cut this one right now too. Okay. Yep. Okay. That is going to be perfect. Okay. This is something I do have to do. Probably should have done before I wrapped, but again, you live and you learn. Actually, I think I might be able to do this kind of a cheater method. Let's go ahead and snip these. Okay. There we go. Kind of. I'll just wrap this one in like so. And miter this one like so. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and wrap this around like so. Hey, sometimes things don't work out and you just improvise. And that's what I'm doing. I am improvising. Okay. Because apparently my planning isn't doing very well. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. Cut. And cut. And go ahead and fold these all back just a little bit. And I have glue all over my hands. Get this glued down first. Those are glued down. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna get my adhesive eraser out and kind of get rid of some of these gooby fingerprints that I got on there from the adhesive. Okay. And this will actually be covered, so I'm not too worried about that. So that is, that's gonna go. This is all sealed up. That's all sealed up. Okay, now let's go ahead. Which one is which? Okay, this one is this one. Okay, now so now I need 4 2-inch strips so I can attach the top to the bottom. Okay. And my handy dandy score buddy pal. Scoring 1 inch. 1 inch, 1 and 1. Okay, let's set that aside. Now I need 2 at 7 and 1/8. 7 and 1/8, and then 2 at, I think that's 7 1/4. Close enough. This particular one, the only measurement you really can't see is that 7 1/4. So, okay, 7 1/4. Now, so I'm using up lots of my scraps for the wrapping and that kind of stuff. So now I want to go ahead and miter. Miter all of those. And I do have to cut a top and bottom cover, but I'll do that in a little bit. Okay. Right. Fold these. And I only need 3 of them. Because the 4th one is going to be attached already. So, let me just see something. And, okay, so just to get the coverage on this, I am going to do this, because it'll also help me remember this is the one that goes to the back, just like that. So now it's wrapped. There we go. Okay. So now going to put this a little bit more towards the back. That's a lot more towards the back. Is that the wrong one? Mm-hmm. That's the wrong one. So. Glue everywhere. I just feel like it wasn't tight enough, so let's reglue it.